So the other day I was out and about with my FG Marder, and the air filter fell off. No, it wasn't just the Jubilee clip had come loose and it fallen off. The air filter was actually come apart, and you can see this is one of the cheapest Chinese air filters you can buy. These air filters, they're no good for off-road dusty conditions as it is, because you can see light through there. Dust will go through there. These filters are no good anyway, but you can see how poorly made they are. The glue, it's not even rough. It's just super glued onto shiny stainless steel there, and it come off. So that was the end of that. I haven't got a new one. I mean, this whole video is completely impromptu and random. I haven't got any sort of plan what I'm gonna do, but I know that up there underneath that light there's a filter, and I can't remember what it's for or what it goes to. I'm pretty sure, fairly sure, this one come off of a pit bike that I had. I had a 110, I think it was a Stomp. Or was it an Export? Nope, it was a Thump. Was it a Thump? Stomp, Thump. It was one of them, a 110. And it's got a bit of a hole in there, so I stuck a bit of super glue in it, but I don't think it's... I reckon there's a chance I might be able to make this fit. There's only one way to find out. And then what I'll do is I'll go on to, when I next get a bit of spare dollar, I'll go on to FG's website and I'll order a proper FG filter to do the Marder justice, because this is a proper car. It's not no Chinese rip-off. That's a proper one. So it deserves a proper filter. But for now, I reckon this is going to work. And it means that I'll still be able to go out and have a blast around with it while I'm waiting to get a proper filter. So you can join me if you want. Let's see, will it work? I've got a car battery on charge here, so the space on the bench is limited somewhat. But anyway, right, let's see, we've got a little space to work. There's our filter. Let's take off the spoiler so it doesn't impede your view. We might have to take the shell off as well, so I can... No, it might be alright. So what do we need? We need a driver for screwing. A driver for screwing. There we go. There's... Come on. Oh, there we go. So there's the old... That was literally just glued in there like that. How in the world? No, it's not even roughed up. It's completely shiny. And the super glue is completely smooth. So how in the world they expect that to actually stick in there? I haven't got a clue. Not to mention the quality of super glue is probably quite poor. Oh well. Now there is some dust around the inside of this intake, but I don't think very much of it actually went in the engine, because I don't think it was... I didn't notice it straight away. I was running it with no air filter effectively, but I don't reckon much of it actually went in there, so I reckon we're safe, if I'm honest. But what I'm going to do, I haven't got any carb cleaner or brake cleaner left, but I'm going to use a bit of contact cleaner Just spray that in there. Just let some of the dust dissolve and roll out, and that probably did absolutely nothing, but it made me feel pretty good. Now, if I take this outer thing off of this filter, I'm not going to be running this in any kind of dust now, not with this filter on it, but I just wanted to put a filter on it so that I could go and run it in the field or whatever if I get a chance. Is that going to go on there? Oh no, I don't think it's going to fit. I think it's too small. That's a shame. Yeah, it's literally the same size. Yeah, look at the size difference. That's not going to work, is it? Ow, pretty gutted about that. Wonder if I can do anything. Can I put that on there maybe? Oh look. I wonder. Ah. It's literally falling apart in my hands. So that's the bit what goes over there. So is there anything I can do? I don't think there is. I thought I had another filter somewhere, but I have looked some high and some low, not completely high and completely low, but I've looked in various places and I haven't managed to come across the other filter that I thought I had. That's a shame. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with this anyway. That goes on there. I mean, I could try and jerry rig this so that it will work okay for going on a grass field with no dust maybe, but I could try and rough this up, rough the super glue up, stick it back together and see if it's going to stay together. I could do that, isn't it? I mean, this isn't completely had it. I can't believe that they actually even did that. It just goes to show, you know, you can't trust products that come from certain places like this. Alright, okay. I suppose if I wanted to, I could stick that to that. It won't go inside there or anything, will it? I wonder if that will... Nah, that's not going to work because that's literally the same size as that, so that's never going to work. I could probably take this off, but then I've got nothing to bolt the carburetor with, but also there's nothing to bolt this onto. There's a bloody hole there. How the hell's that got there? It's a hole. Look, there's a hole in that filter. Well, that's no good anyway then, is it? What am I doing? That's no good, that's at it. Something's chewed it. I didn't even see that. Something's literally chewed a hole. Well, that's no good then at all, is it? Right, so it looks like we're going to be gluing this one together. Right, okay. Well, that escalated quickly. Right, well, I have got there's a bit of sandpaper somewhere. What did I do with the sandpaper? Sandpaper, where are you, sandpaper? Sandpaper, sandpaper. That's gasket paper. That's gasket paper. That's gasket paper. Aha! Sandpaper. All different types. Wet and dry. Number 1. quartz sandpaper. Alright, we'll rip a little bit of this stuff off. We'll rough it up. And we'll get the super glue out and we'll glue this on. I mean, this is not gonna be any good for any dust, but it'll be alright for a winter, like a damp grass field and things like that, where there's no dust to be sucked in, you know. There we go. I don't know whether it picks up, but it's a bit rougher now. Rough to the touch. It's not ideal because it's stainless steel. It's never going to be rough. The reason why you got to key up any surfaces that you're going to glue is so that the glue's got something to grip onto. Because if it's smooth, the glue just can't grip. It's, you know, imagine like when you're trying to grip something and it's really smooth, and your fingers, your fingerprints, you can't get a grip, can you? Because it's smooth. But if it's a rough surface, you can grip on the rough surface, can't you? It's exactly the same for super glue, or any type of glue, for that matter. I've got a little drawer here of super glue, so we'll undo that. And I wonder if that's. Oh yes, look at that. Look, all round there. Look. Last time I played with super glue, I got it all on my fingers. Then I tried to bite the thing, and I ended up gluing my cheek to my teeth inside my mouth. It was a disaster. Right. Okay. There we go. That is now glued together. What I want to get this type of filter. I had one for the Roven and it wasn't any good because the way they'd made it, it wasn't held together very well around here, and I just can't understand the quality of some products. It's just appalling. Why can't you just buy an air filter? I remember back when I was a kid, you know, you buy an air filter for a petrol scooter, because I had a lot of petrol scooters and that. You buy an air filter, it would actually be a proper air filter, properly well made. These days, it's all a load of crap. It really is. It does get on my nerves because it feels like you work hard to buy stuff, and the stuff that you buy is crap. Proper crap. Even though you pay quite a bit of money for it. You know, proper official stuff. Anyway. That goes on there like that. Look at that. Well, at least it's... Oops. At least it's together now. Hopefully this super glue will hold. Block super glue. Now at least it's got a filter back on it, and if I get the chance before I get a new proper filter, I can go around a grass field where there's you know, no dust and things like that, because where I was running it, it was a bit dusty place really. It's not even the right filter for that, to be fair. It was a little bit of a risk, but you know, we take risks, don't we? Just for fun. Melted the guard. Just for fun. I mean, I love this shell. I do like this shell. It's a fantastic shell. I've got the beetle shell as well. And I sort of chop and change between which one. But I love this shell because it's got a proper sort of like race car feel to it, with the mesh there and the way the exhaust comes out the side. It's melted that a little bit, you know. It's got a proper nice feel to it. It feels like a proper rough and ready car. Love it. Alright, hopefully the throttle's shut. choke. I can't really get to the stop button from here. Where is the stop? Oh, it's there. Probably could do. I think the throttle's shut. Where is it? Yeah, throttle's shut. Transmitter's somewhere else, I don't know where it is. Right, here we go. Close that choke. Amazing, properly amazing. These are basically a strimmer engine, and these people always like to argue different, but they are. They're simply what they are. Perfect. My goal by the end of this year, by the end of 2025, is to be over 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to be a part of that and you like what I do, then great, thanks very much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you later on, and hopefully we'll have some interesting cars come up, if I can find any interesting cars to buy, get going and sell on, maybe to you, who knows. Cheerio, guys.